Good stuff there. Crystal from Penta, of course, took his team all the way through to the grand final. Find themselves a game down in that grand final right now. We'll return to game 2 very shortly. I was trolling a little bit before the interview with Crystal, wasn't I? So why don't we put that information back up on the screen for the giveaway right now. Details at the bottom of your screen. There is a Carambit Ultraviolet exterior field tested this time, but there's another one maybe in the mix as well. First EU minor team to win an offline qualifier spot. Just do exclamation mark raffle. Don't do exclamation mark drop. Don't do it. You're going to hurt the mods. Twitch chat, you've been warned. What do you make of the interview? Sorry?
I mean, it's obvious as to why he'd want to meet Big, but in the final, I mean, as he said, he's friends with some of them. Like, Tabs actually even played in his team a long time ago. And then obviously they've had such a great record against him in the past. Yeah. Again, you know, you also want to beat someone in the final, you know. You don't necessarily want to play the team that's going to beat you. So I think it makes sense. I'm not entirely sure that I buy the idea that like having all the international players will bring like a different style necessarily, you know. I think in general you're going to have, since he's the in-game leader, he's going to kind of harness the style of the players as it is anyway. But I do think that within the German scene it can be very different because I know that famously the German scene, a lot of them have played in, you know, there's only 2 or 3 teams that they've all played in. There has never been a very big
very small circle
in CSGO especially. And so I feel like it's them that have a very set paradigm in that way. And so for him as an in-game leader, it might be quite liberating to be able to bring in players that think differently. And then in that sense, yeah, you still have a basic system, but you can do some things you couldn't have done with the players that you played with otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, I'm hearing that the players are ready for game number 2, so let's head back to your commentary team for that game.
So now we get back into it with Big, up 1 map, going into the map that they've been dominant on today. In fact, Overpass. Dignitas gave them a bit of a run because they started out on the T side, but this could be interesting.
Oh.
Little Romanian for you.
Little Romanian going on in the end, just to kind of keep things interesting. Anyway, yes, you're right. The thing is about Dignitas is they're a bit of a wildcard team, I have to say. And obviously, it's difficult for Godby to kind of analyze them and work out what they're going to bring towards the table. There's not much information out there to download and watch. And they're a bit of a mixed team in the sense of only being 2 months together. Rubino's going to have to call a lot of stuff on the fly and kind of a lot of spawns-based stuff, right? So it's going to be difficult for him to really kind of dominate them like he does against teams like this. I think he'll have Penta's number on this one. It's the reason he's picked this map. It looks really, really good against Envious early in the day as well. So I'm expecting the 2-0, but it's a grand final. Anything can happen. Penta definitely have the firepower to go toe-to-toe with Big, but they didn't really rise to the occasion on their own map, I have to say. And we'll see that the coach, Nasu, 1.6 legend, is a coach for Penta, brother of Lurpus, for anyone who's not aware.
It's true.
We'll see whether he can kind of orchestrate his team to maybe get them back in this best of 3. So just to kind of set the scene, both of these teams have qualified for the major qualifier. This is a long path to get to the majors, the most prestigious tournaments we do, of course. And the minor system was made to kind of give these teams a platform to actually get there and qualify themselves and have a chance to make it. So it's not so exclusive. Either way, we're getting into the second map now. This is Big's pick. They'll be starting on the T side because of that. Definitely a CT-sided map. Big, so good at the strategies, it seems, right now, especially when they're given freedom to work with. The teams aren't too aggressive. They can get positions they need and allow players like Tabs and Keeve to find space. And as we get into the first round here, 1 smoke. And of course, the in-game leader, God B, 2 flashes as well. 4 sets of armor around him. Some bullets that do hide footsteps, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, why not? Make it sound like a decoy?
Yeah.
We're not really here. You can push. Just kidding, we are. I feel like decoy meta is like, you could definitely reach into it in a much deeper fashion, but all of it's irrelevant. Everything you can do with it can easily just not matter. Using it as a flash doesn't really work anymore. Most people are ready for it. It's been a while since I've seen that successfully done. Dropping your gun to throw it out. Most people read that you still have money. So that's the next one. Fake that you are a decoy, but be a real person. Tabson's going to take down Crystal.
You are a real person.
Yeah. Well, you're a real part of the simulation.
Oh, of course. Naturally. Everyone knows us. We are everyone.
Well, crossfire in the sight for Zen and Innocent.
Yeah, this 4-on-4 certainly favours Big, but still a smoke remaining. They go towards long A. Tabson with the USP. No one ever checks the corner on the left. I don't know why it always happens.
Nah, Keeve's going to. He's already looking at it. Oh, doesn't even matter though. Tabson's got it back. It's all fine, Henry. But you are right, it seems so overlooked. Innocent has done very well. It was a crossfire of 2 players against 4 that were trying to enter, and yet Innocent manages to shut them down despite losing his teammate. Zen did get one, to be fair, before falling. Taps in the last alive, gets shut down. Penta take the first round on the CT side.
Well, there you go. Quite a convincing pistol there for Penta, just what they needed. Didn't win very much in the first map. 3 rounds in total, neither of which was a pistol round. So this is a start on the CT side. Getting that first shot, taking the player down, following towards long, and good crossfire, like you said, managing to find the majority of kills was HS. A player that's impressed me this tournament as well, so that's good news for him. We'll go to the second round. No bomb planted means they will be force buying in the second, but expect some sort of full execution here. 3 smokes, molotovs, flashbangs. They're quite simple, of course, but we'll see whether they can get anything done here. Crystal by himself and connected. Needs to be very careful. Only got the MP9. Smokes to buy himself some time there, but could get a little bit dicey. We're going towards B, of course. Smokes will be coming in momentarily. Flashbangs as well. Crystal coming with the backstab, though. He could actually be a bit of a pain in the backside, but does manage to get taken down by Kiev.
Change on the fly for Zen to go to the M4 instead of the UMP that he throws to HS. HS low on HP. If he goes down, it's not as big of a loss. Interesting foresight. Boost up.
Seen a lot of this boost.
We saw the triple boost from Sunny yesterday, which was the most eventful, I think.
What, he slid off?
Yeah. In HS flashed. Oh, perfect flash, but
so 10 HP.
That's the problem. He doesn't want to go that far. If they were right in front of him, they were all done. But he's still in a position to at least get 2 kills. But bomb should be planted. Innocence.
Oh, the nade definitely killed him.
Does it? Does it? Oh, I didn't know if he's going to go back to that side. It looked like he might just run away, but didn't see the nade. So yes, it does. And bomb stays on the deck.
Well, the mind games begin. 35 seconds remaining. Tabson has got the bomb. Waiting to see if Innocent gives him any sort of tell. Bomb planted. Innocent does not have a kit right now. He's got a smoke, and in terms of the firepower, he's up against it. And Tabson, one of the most brutal aims in this tournament, if not Europe right now. He's looking incredibly sharp. This is amazing form he's showing. Very, very impressive stuff. As we go into round number 3. Big steal the round away, and Penta now, they'll be on the force buy. This could be a difficult situation. Deagles, 5.7s, bit of armor. Everyone going all in here. Crystal the AWP even joining them. So this is like one of those moments like, okay, we need to definitely win this. Steal it back from Big here, but they've got 2 rifles, 3 UMPs, and fully equipped grenades. That's always a dangerous thing with Big. If they're around, they've got all their nades. You can always be guaranteed you're not going to be taking much away from them. They know how to win these anti-ecos. The God Beast system is a very efficient one, and we'll see whether he can find this first pick. Sneaking through the gap in the smoke. Flashbang looks decent. CTs are there in the connector. And this is a little bit sloppy from him. By himself, needed someone at the playground, or party I should say as well.
So they head out toward long with bomb. And the stack with pistols means that A is wide open, so this is not the wrong call. Next should get Crystal right now. Maybe not. But he'll be able to wrap around on them when they start firing, and they have done that now, so see how aggressive he wants to be. In the party, though, as you mentioned, there's a person standing by. It's Lagia. At least rotated one player over toward the A side. Sunny's there with a deagle. Next was just waiting. It's Crystal, but can't get the kill. I don't think it's going to bounce that far because the stairs. Yep, that takes away all the damage. Taps it in, though. Gets the shot to start off on Sunny. Only one directly in the site when they arrive, so bomb should go down quite quickly, I would expect. There it is. One inside of the smoke at the back stairs, but the rest of them all out toward middle where Lagia awaits. Crossfire set as well with the fact that Next rotated around.
Well, looking good for Big in this round, and finding the frags. His force buy hasn't really delivered too much for Penta, apart from some damage inflicted. Crystal and HS now both in CT spawn, brothers in arms, hoping to make something happen, and maybe could have got the headshot there, but HS taken down, not living up to his name. That's going to be Crystal, the last remaining player here. In the bank position, probably takes down Keeve, I'd imagine. Doesn't seem to be the case, so might have saved the PT-50 and armor at this stage. Doesn't look like he'd get much else done. Big runaway of the round. Like he said, Big not known to be one of those sloppy teams to give much away in the anti-eco situations or anti-force buy. And 5 players survive. Bomb goes off. Job done. Full eco now for Penta. It's one of those rounds that doesn't really matter about. This is going to be a push middle, try and get a frag, maybe 2, and get sprayed down by one of the big players. Would you say Tapson has been your MVP so far?
I think for the entire event, yeah, he would have to be. He's had the most consistency of anyone.
What about breakout performance? A player you didn't think much of coming into it, but he's on your radar.
Sonny's definitely stepping up, but I think breakout in terms of not on my radar at all was HS.
Yeah, I was going to say the same. Yeah, he's been great. Like I knew him before. He used to play in the UK scene, weirdly enough. That's a long story, I won't get into that, but
wow.
I casted him in a few tournaments, really low tier ones, and I thought he was fantastic then, but it was really difficult to work out.
How old is he, though?
He's young, from what I can remember. Like, he played in a team called United Estonia.
Right.
And
which had drops at a time, didn't they?
I don't know.
I don't think so. That, yeah.
But they played in UK tournaments because two of them had British passports, but they lived one of them lived in the UK, and they carried some weird thing. They could play in UK tournaments, and they used to win them all as well. But still, round number 5, 3-1 in favour of Big. And look at the pull by. No orb for Crystal, of course. One kit, no head armor. That's a problem considering it's an M4 and a UMP available, or 2 UMPs in fact for Big. They'll be farming cash all day long this round. Round 5. This is one of those must-win ones for Penta. Lost bonus isn't great, and full buying into this one. Tapson just an absolute menace though. He gets that first pick once again towards the B side. HS, nothing really to work with. 7 HP gets 1 kill. Surely the refrag's coming in any second. The call will be coming in. He's low HP. Molotov dropped and taken down by Tapson. You can see they knew exactly where he has. Double Molotovs towards his position. 4 on 3 now. Tapson low HP, so he'll surely go down, which he does indeed. Innocent finds him. 3 on 3 now. Bomb to be planted. Key for the AWP. But I like this boost. This could cause some damage here from Innocent.
Could. Smoke's in front of it. Flash over.
Careful.
Yeah, they're going to push it up. Oh, God, he just barely falls inside before the shot lands from Innocent, but he still prevails from down below when they wrap around. Sonny's able to trade. That opens up room for Crystal to push through. Watch the AWP on Kiev. That's going to be more and more costly as it goes on, but he could pop out to time it on the defuse. Whoa, he may do. There it is. Takes out Sonny, though.
He can do this, done.
Yeah, the defusing already in. The fact that Sonny hits the AWP and Kiev can't do anything of it, Nex is too far away.
Well then, Penta finally getting something done there. Looked like an open showcase for Big at the B site. Retake in their favour, but kill by kill and the poor positioning of the bomb as well. You could see it was right on the corner of the box there, so you could actually defuse just about seeing it had cover as well. And his teammate, if he finds that killer monster, round done. The player sure can't do anything about it. And it will be Penta stealing around away, but still plenty of money for Big here. Full buy for them once again. Orb, AKs, all smokes, Molotovs. Problem is for Penta, they haven't established their economy yet. So you can see 2 UMPs coming in. Sure, they get the Orb this time, but lose this round, it's almost certainly going to be a double eco. So round number 6, going to be a very, very important round for the CT side. Crystal towards long with the AWP, that fly up their position. And we have seen some interesting boosts today. It was Kiev actually got boosted up towards the party position and blew off 6's head earlier in the tournament, which was the beginning of the end, I guess, for MV.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was the beginning of the end all the way through the whole event.
I actually said I think they were lucky to get as far as they did. They remember against Kingwin when they had that 1v1 clutch, right? You casted that.
XMS saved it. XMS.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas. XMS.
Like, if he didn't get that, they probably lose that game and they'd even make it to the playoffs.
No, absolutely. I completely agree. They get 2-0'd by Kingwin, they go out last in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that assessment. Innocent going to be waiting at the flower pot. Kiev on top of Gobby is playing a slightly longer angle as a result, so he's not. Oh, I like that. Throw the bomb. Yeah, of all things, that's gonna make him turn around. Kiev does get the refrag.
I guess there's something there. I don't know. It's a bit much. Maybe just throw a flashbang instead.
Yeah, you could just use the real deal. Oh, they'll try and head toward the site. Gobby's lucky he doesn't get peeked out from the position by which Sonny is playing, but that says to me that he doesn't know that he's there. Crystal's already hit an op shot down toward long, so they could very well just walk into Sonny's position. Then gets next. Sonny just waits, wait, and should get. Well, then get one. There it is. Sonny gets 2. They have no idea.
Well, Penta have equaled their amount of rounds they got on train, which is their pick. So looking good. Haven't quite broken the economy of Big just yet, but we're getting there. They're starting to establish themselves as well. Big there, going towards long, but a weird decision to throw the bomb around the corner. Not only does that not get them a kill, it also tells them, well, bomb's definitely here, boys, start rotating over. So, strange, awkward decision from them. 4 AKs next on the Tech 9. Have a look at the scoreboard over here. Top players, Tapson once again, of course, 7-4. Sonny on the other side, so once again the superstars really showing why they're considered the best on their team.
Goes all the way back to the site. Legia, meanwhile, he'll wait outside at Monster. Pretty standard position for anyone to play at B to make sure they're getting information. HS waiting as well. Very slow from Big. This is pretty standard from them. They only achieved 5 rounds against Dignitas on their T side. Looks like they're on for better here, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. They love this slow play on this map, though.
Oh, absolutely. Just dissecting it piece by piece. I haven't baited out much CT utility here. The incendiary is so prominent on the B side for the CT side. If they can predict when the play's coming in, lock the T's out, I'm sure you're going to see that any second, but it doesn't come in just yet. First kill from Legia, making a double. Quiet tournament for so far, but stepping up at round number 7. Taps and chance as well. That should be round over. Brutal stuff from the T's, and you could see they weren't ready for that at all. They had all the utility to work with the CT10, nothing deployed, caught with the trousers down, and it's going to be a 4 versus 1 for Crystal's. Got the kit, sure, but I don't really think there's much he can do about this situation, hoping to damage the money. He knows he'd be quite fragile for Big right now, but CTs, they're not exactly running away with the money either. So Crystal needs to survive here. Position given away. That might suggest he's going down.
Crystal may indeed go down, but he's going to hold and wait. Flash back in. He'll run away at this point in time, but still has to be cautious of the fact that they're going to be chasing him down. Good first shot. Knows there's another one behind him, or does he? Run around. There's a bunch of stairs. It's a bit of a maze. Does he survive in there? Yeah, 83 should survive at jungle. It's actually kind of clever. Go the opposite direction of where they'd expect you to go.
Oh, they seem to know.
Tabson does. Ooh, not going to get there. Yeah, I didn't think he would.
Yeah, that is quite a cool idea. Obviously, good map awareness as to where he can survive with the bomb. 4-3 though, saves the AWP. Okay, what's the buy here? Just a real nice little simple set piece there from Big. Like you said, very slow play. Didn't give too much where they're coming towards the B side. And CTs could have dropped down incendiary, so they just felt it coming and locked them out. But the entrance found by Legia, as I mentioned, quite a tournament from in some games and had some very good performances as well. But that was another great entrance for him. 2 AK kills and then Tabson finishing off the job as well. Crystal survives with the AWP. We're going to run number 8. They have the lead once again, 4-3. And we're going into B once more. Legia next is helping themselves to the B side. Keep walking, and they're going to hear shots towards short. And they've locked him in, I think. This might be over before it even starts. Oh, be careful. Brutal timing. Okay, it's fine. Gets the Molotov down. Just wants to smoke him out now. Good stuff. Be careful.
Oh,
They want you this.
Yeah, it has to be very careful. But they got the bomb down. He's inside of the site. He's got the position in. Covered off. Didn't get the shot reaction that he may have wanted or expected. But Zen goes back for more, and Legia gets it.
I'm going to save again now.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right call. Still the AWP to hold on to. Might as well hold the AWP as long as he can.
How sick is that, though? Just walking him on Stefani for the open site. Smoke him out. Like, you decided to push short. You did this to yourself. And the round's over just with 1 kill. Kind of funny. It's another great call. I'm sure Godby's aware that's one of their tendencies to push off that short position, walk in monster, and take them down. Maybe they have some set flashbangs when he hears them going off. He knows that's where one of their plays. Tabson looking to find. Oh my god, they're going to find all of them? That's so damaging. Oh my god, I thought they were going to save all 4.
That sucks.
3 go down in T-spawn.
They do get the AWP.
Yeah.
But that's it.
2 in a row now for Big with the bomb going down. Round number 9. Penta up against the ropes now. Do manage to get a relatively good buy in. It's going to be 3 and 4s in the AWP save, like you mentioned. Relatively good utility. I haven't seen much in terms of Penta really challenging for that initial frag, but Big is so good at denying that. I guess there's not many options at the very start of the round. And back towards B we go. 3 players there, making 4 now. The Bob taps in, looking towards middle, excuse me. And we're boosting up, but it looks a bit messy right now. Are they boosting? They're actually getting a Molotov off and might have to fall back here.
Have to fall back indeed. As the smoke goes down, Tabson can't push through it. Tries to spray toward the party position. He's going to go in though, and Zen, smoke behind him. He's going to try and push it in. Next there to trade, but HS in a good position to swing his aim from Sandbags back that direction, is able, therefore, to get the kill back as he falls into the water position and has to hold off from a slightly further angle, but that's fine because they've got the man advantage. They can afford to give up a little bit, give and take for the retake. May not even get that far. 50 seconds, smoke down. Tabson can't go just yet.
This kills
Sonny
Big.
gets, yeah, I was going to say Sonny gets in a better angle because he wants to try and surprise them and get position back in the site with that smoke. It's a bit of a risk.
Good setup. I like this.
more. Oh, but the problem is now, does he get spotted? Because they have one in the site. Gompy's gotten in. Sonny's going to check it. Has no idea that he's there. He actually wants to retake that position to hold the angle at Monster. And little did they know that Gompy was well inside of the equation. He takes one kill, goes down and gets the assist on the next. And instead of planting, we've seen this a few times this weekend. People trying to fight for their corner rather than just get the bomb down and the first chance they get. As such, they get caught out this time.
Com's not great, I have to say, from Big. Both going for the bomb and looking a little bit sloppy there. Keith, though, that's much better. Gets a nice headshot, takes out Innocent. Crystal rushing in there with the AWP. Pistol in hand and might get away with this. Gets the dink in. Needs to find the kill, and he pulls it off just about. An audacious play there. Silenced USP, the default pistol. He knows the bomb has to be planted, and he manages to win the duel just about. Keith, I thought he had that all day long, but Crystal makes it happen for Penta. Comes down to another 1v1, so the money still going to be an absolute issue for them, but they save the AWP once again. I have to say that Big, when the bomb went down there, I think they just needed one player to get the bomb, one to cover. They probably would have got that kill straight away. Then you could actually look towards Heaven as well, but both decided to go down and looked a little bit clumsy, I have to say, but still, Penta pull one back. Reset potential comes in once again. MP for Ligia. Number 10. Aggressive stance this time in the CTs. Innocent by the connector decides to fall back. Crystal is watching towards Party and Kiev. I like this. Walking to the B site. He knows HS plays in this position. They're actually quite defensive on the B site. They're with the water position. Kiev could go a little bit further. He's hoping that plays on Monster Tunnel right now and falling back.
Aggressive op to open the site. Gabi said Kiev didn't like to open sites. He
dead.
certainly showed it. Yeah, ooh,
okay.
Lucky. He certainly showed that, yeah, now he's going to hold that angle because he sees the nade coming out from inside of the pit.
Oh, Ligia.
He goes instead. That's the thing. So, back to my thought, because Ligia's going to go absolutely nuts, mental with the UMP, and he's going to grab up an M4, go aggressive to hold the angle. No one's coming in that doorway. No one's coming inside of that site unless they go through the window, and Innocent realizes it. It's going to be Big picking up another round. AWP was unable to open much against Dignitas, and Gabi had finished saying previous to that Kiev's not really an opening opper, so to see him get aggressive like that's actually kind of interesting and encouraging in some ways.
Yeah, and for Ligia as well, right? SMG walking to the site, aggro taken away from him, finds 3 swift kills there. Quite confident, down to 7 HP, but he survives, wins the round single-handedly. Now, as they're trying to say, we did say that reset potential is going to be prominent going into round number 11 here, so both of them saving towards long A. Good stuff though from Big. That's a nice little kind of off-the-cuff tactic. And they will be saving the AWP once again. Ooh, just about. The gear takes out Innocent, but Crystal finds enough form to save the AWP. Do they force into this? I'm not sure. 2k per player, looks like the answer is yes. Sunny buys the UMP. Crystal can drop a UMP as well, so a mixture of pistols, SMGs, and the AWP lose this, and a lot of trouble going forward, but 6-4 to Big. That is joining us. The first map was an absolute stomping. Penta's pick, D-Train, finished up 16-3 in favor of Big. We'll see whether they can continue this form here on Overpass. It's been pretty good so far. They did lose the pistol. Remember, now found himself in the lead. First kill coming for Tabson, continuing to find kills all over the map. This looks like a full commitment. Just get in there. We have got a good position from HS in the smoke, lying in wait.
Lying in wait and lying in the grave is Tabson. HS still inside of it, backs off. Molotov's not going to do anything. Too many smokes down. We've seen these smokes from Big last time, but it was with pistols that they threw out this wall. They were late to get to the site. This time they're in. HS, though, couldn't deny the plant. Just barely does it. It gives them a fighting chance as Crystal gets Kiev as well, but it's just he that remains. Goes inside of the flames, has to fight forward. Quick shot tells Ligia by sound that he's going to be close and gets ready for the fight. He'll put him now, or rather him, the whole team, onto 7.
It will. Well, not what they were hoping for there with the force by the pistols and SMG. Finally, Crystal's orb goes down, and they have to be eager here. This would be Big winning the half, at least at this point. It should be 8-4 in terms of the buy. I think just a PG50 is pretty much all they can afford here. The 12, Big getting comfortable now. So, CT side of the map, and Big still looking dominant. A few decent rounds there from Penta, especially towards the B side. Great retakes, and that clutch from Crystal in the 1v1 as well. Kept them at least competitive so far. Still the better team looks to be Big, and just to reiterate, they've played 4 maps today on the stage, and Penta, this is their first best of 3, so probably not as warmed up as that was evident in the first map, 16-3, but this is a better showing, but still doesn't fill me with confidence they can pull this series back.
So it's next. Just going to try and continue to hold off the lower position. He's been very passive in that position quite often, so when they play the default, he's just the one to watch the rotations on the CT side, see if anyone's going to get aggressive, get the position, especially when they know they're against pistols. This seems to be where he gets himself stuck in. Like he might find Zen here. Whoa, I don't understand that. Peeks out and goes for a reload with 17 bullets at that time.
Give it a go.
Would misclick or just getting bored?
Just making it a friendly, competitive round.
Yeah. I will take the bullets out of my gun just because you have pistols. Well, it's now side of the site that Lagia makes his way, because it doesn't even matter if he goes for the reload. They've got position and they've got control 8-4. Everyone's staying alive. Money's good on the big side. It's not great on the Penta side. They have an AWP for Crystal, but it's glass cannon.
Or put a decoy. That's all he can buy in for this one. No armor and no kits at all on the Penta side. Yeah, and a Famas for Zen as well. So yeah, very difficult going forward. This is quite nice stuff from Lagia. He certainly turned up to this grand final. 15 kills with Tapson, of course, running away with the majority of the frags, but Liga's on 12, so good job for him. No tables being smashed today, it seems, as he looks very calm and composed. 13, 8-4. Crystal, how assertive is he being? Looking towards Monster. He seems to be aware Lagia's on the other side. Lagia does not have the AWP, but up against an unarmored Crystal, I should say. One bullet, anyone on the body, sends a scope up in the air, and then he probably gets the kill, but Crystal seems to be aware they might be in that position. We have a boost coming in once more, Matt, towards short from the CT side.
Shallow boost.
Crystal drops a decoy in the B-bomb side just to pretend he's still there, and he goes back towards A. So let's see if this works out for him.
Innocent trying to use a gap and a smoke at the bathrooms to see through. Smoke clears and he's still there. Tabson's in behind him. The watch when he retreats. Good positioning. Wow. Able to slip up again. They're just Penta not finding ways to control that. Everywhere they go, they have no plan to cover off the player that's out. And you really need sort of duels and duos, if you will, to cover off overpass. You have to have a plan of attack with utility to get players in and out of situations and not leave holes, and that's a massive one to leave. Sunny, though, oh, is that going to reach? No. They're going to think this is clear. Surely Tabson walks directly into it. Now it reaches him. That's a late time to spread. But he'll get away. No, he won't. Smoke goes down. Can't quite do so. Gobby's got the shot instead. It's Keeve with a gun barrel showing. Just fire into the fence. Doesn't do it, but Nex will. And that leaves HS and Zen as the only two remaining. Big looking for their 9th round on a T side. I'd say this 9 rounds T side for Big. I'm saying this is pretty much done now.
Okay. Well, considering they've got no money and it's 9-4 down on the CT side, I would say they probably have to force into these last 2 rounds and try and aim for 9-6. I think he might be right. This could be the 2-0. And Big just looking dominant right now. Tabson, what an absolute monster he's been this tournament, I have to say. I know we keep harping on about him, but he just seems head and shoulders above everyone else in this tournament. Like he looks like he could be a future star, you know, someone we could be talking about in a year's time in a top team. And the force buy does not quite come in. We get UMPs, 5-7s, and Deagles. I say that in a year's time because it's really difficult to tell how he'd handle himself on like the international stage, right? If he actually gets to a major, that's when I start getting excited about him. I think he has the skill right now to potentially become a world-class player. I don't think he is right now, just to reiterate.
No, I agree. I think that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
You can't make that call until you see him in that guise. It was the same with Nico when he first showed up in Mouse Sports.
And this sort of team as well, like it could be almost one of those situations. He's so good at this team, and as soon as he gets thrown in like
another team,
a proper team, and he's used properly, maybe he gets even better, or maybe he feels less comfortable when he's got other stars around him and he's not the #1 focus, right? So that would be interesting to see how that develops.
Tabson out toward long with a flash over. Walking up, finding Innocent. Down he goes. Zen's been burning quite significantly from behind the barrels. That puts him, well, retreating, running still on 36. Good dink onto Lagia, but that's really all they've gotten going for them in this round, so could back off, doesn't need to engage. He'll take the bomb back over toward A. There's a rotation in that direction, though. So Tabson has to be a little bit careful on the way through. Park sign spotted. Tabson just barely spotted his backside. Crystal with the pistol. Godby with the kill.
10-4. I did eco for this last round here. Round number 15. Desperately need it. It was 12-3 in the first half of Train. They've gone one step further than that. But once again, starting on the quote-unquote easier side. And only posting single digits is not going to be good enough considering the form we've seen from Big so far. They switch over to the CT side. We know they're very good on that as well. Final buy comes in, 5 and 4s. And of course, it means no AWP, one kit. I've got an array of smokes and flashbangs, no incendiaries, which are key in my opinion on overpass and CT defense. The full execution is so hard to hold off. This is better from Sunny. Now I'm starting to see a bit of that flare. Where has this been all game?
Yeah, this has been lacking.
Yeah.
Good play. HS is going to follow it as well. Next, getting the next one, but goes down to Zen.
Well, the gear now in a 4 versus 1, and where's that lack of respect been? It seems like it's too late in this grand final. If we'd had that at the beginning and the start of these gun rounds, maybe we've got something to work with here. But if you give Big an inch, they're going to take a mile, right? That's what they want. They want you to be spitting the bomb sites, tentative, not really challenging. If Sunny, he's got the aim to actually take those kills as well. We needed to see that. Take those kills on, even if it's just a trade. You shut down any execution potential at that point. You've lost one of their set smokes or their flashbangs. I think they've given them way too much room to work with here. And they get the 5th round, but might be too little too late. Pistol. Everything on the line now for Penta. Get this. They have a chance. If they don't, another 3-0 comes in. That's going to be 13-5. And it could be good night for Penta. Still new. Not familiar. I've mentioned this just in case we have new viewers for Grand Final. Both of them made it to the major qualifier now. This is just for the cash. 50k prize pool total.
Tabson wants to push. You think he does.
He looks like he's wanting to be flashed over, maybe. Who's with him? It will be Nex, who does not have a flash, so he probably will be holding up here.
Godby's got the only flash.
Uh-oh, Tabson. Oh my god. How sick is this guy?
What? That's unreal. Flashed it. I thought that was such a risk. No need to go for that at all. And he's on another planet right now. Like this, Big's on an incredible run today. What a day of Counter-Strike from them. But Tabson especially has had an incredible event. Yeah, absolutely MVP. You want to answer that question now?
Yeah. I'm gobsmacked at that play. That's like, yeah, world-class level, like in terms of the aim. That's unbelievable. But still, round not done. Tabson with 3 shocking kills there. Godby helping out next towards short. Nice little setup here. 4 on 2, 30 seconds remaining. Bomb down as well. It's difficult to imagine a world where they get past Tabson. He smoked them out as well. How brutal is that? What can they do? They're going to have to run through this smoke eventually. 20 seconds remaining. This could be an ace. He'll let one of them run past as well. This is so sick.
Oh, well, he can't if they're looking at him, but it may still be the ace. Gets 4.
He's still smiling. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he's having a good time. Traveling at the speed of light. They call innocent Mr. Fahrenheit.
The plan, boys.
It's a 1 versus 2. He's still got a shout in this. Oh, Godby, don't you dare. He's going to. He's going to. They're going to let him. Godby! That is risky.
He almost planted. Yeah, you can see the coach. Like, what are you doing, mate?
I mean, he had the knife out before he came around. If he didn't stop to plant right there, he could have actually spotted him. But you could see once he was planting, his teammate didn't peek. His teammate already was there, but still. Risk. It's fine. It's still not as bad as Config.
Oh. Here's the replay, Matt. This is unbelievable. What is this? 1, 2, and the 3rd as well. Just get absolutely wrecked. Right, that's sending a message out. Oh, he's happy. Not Sunny though. Sunny Jim.
Well, it is money for Godby. He's gone on to an M4. A bunch of utility. 11 now for Big. It's Tabson, the hero of the last round. The incredible performance on the pistol. Spray through. He actually comes out worse off for it because they're able to guess where he was. Doesn't matter if he has a silencer in that case. It's pretty easy to locate. Still manages to get a kill dodging out the flashes. He's expecting more, so he keeps looking away. Doesn't even matter. Like, yeah, next to the rest. And it's Big on to 12 rounds now.
That was a force buy as well, Matt. That was pretty, like a bit of a meat grinder, wasn't it? Okay. Full eco, 13-5's happening, and oh, they're pumped up. Taps, I like that. A bit of fire. Looks like he wants it. Like I said, got the cash hit, but sending out a message big, destroying the players that came from the upper bracket, remember, as well. Penta went straight to the grand final. That might have been their demise, considering they didn't actually get to play today until now. But still, Tabson making light work of them. He's on 24 frags right now. Sunny just to look at his nemesis and we're on 11, so I guess kind of settles who's performing better here and maybe taking the MVP moniker overall. It's going to be 5 on 3 now. Keeve not slowing down. There's another kill. Easy does it.
So 13 for Big. Goes down. Snobby takes next. 15-5. WP for Kiev still, or I shouldn't say still bought out, but still going to be running it pretty early on as they have been on the CT sides. It's AKs all around for Penta.
Good luck, lads.
Yeah, smoke's out, but we'll see.
13-5. Only smokes, then Molotovs. Kind of a big deal, actually, on overpass. So many positions to flush out. No orb. And he's got a bonus round situation as well for the CTs. Kiev just get banged up towards middle, down to 52 HP. Find a frag there, but... Oh, what's this from Legia? Oh my god, he's right through the short tunnel. Fair enough. I guess he got flashed in as well. It takes a kill off the T side.
I mean, Legia has really liked playing in construction all day.
Yeah.
And getting into water and holding off the angle at the short pipe. Do you know what's funny? We call it short pipe because Monster's already named.
Yeah.
But Monster's actually shorter than short pipe.
True.
Should we call it long pipe?
You want to get that long pipe?
You want the pipe? You looking for the pipe? Next. Ooh, chance to line it up.
Not 1 by 1, boys, please. No.
Yeah, well, it is. HS gets next back, but damage is done. It's 2 versus 2 still, though. HS has got Tabson as well. That's the hot hand. Smoke down. Gobby's going to push this. You know he is. Oh, does it at the right time. Gets both as well. I don't know how Gobby always makes the unorthodox play work, but he does.
Yeah, I guess that's his weapon, isn't it? The brain. Yeah, he might not have the aim or the reaction times of some of the younger players, but he seems to know what positions he needs to be in and how he can shut down rounds just by surprising his opposition. That's a really smart play. 14-5. And, oh god, just looking at tournament point. This is, I hate to say it hasn't been the most amazing grand final. Definitely not the game of the tournament. But a dominant performance from Big, and I've enjoyed the chemistry of the Big side. They said they're going to bounce back today, and they certainly have. And just looking like a well-oiled machine, I have to say. Like, this is kind of classic Counter-Strike. It's textbook stuff. Like, if you were to define Counter-Strike strategic play and how it should be done over all iterations of the game, 1.6 source and CSGO, this would be kind of a classic formation of any team. Just slow, methodical play, pinpoint accuracy on the smokes, sending your star players in to do work, and it's looking like a great overall unit. So I'm happy with this from Big. I'm a fan. They converted me.
Converted.
Yeah.
HS down and out. 15-5. This is, yeah, I'm Big's on a much higher level than everyone else today. It's been proven. I'm with it. I'm all with it.
Oh, they did EQ that round, or I guess a partial buy. They're currently 5-0 down. Maximum loss bonus means they can get the AKs out. And there's just a replay of Kiev decimating them towards the bathroom position with the P250. Should be it now. That's 10 rounds in a row for Penta to force overtime. Very, very unlikely, seeing as they haven't posted a single round in the second half, but never know. Stranger things in this world have happened. Let's try and build some hype for the final. Ooh, okay, next. Shutting it down.
Yeah, well, hype gone. We'll see. Zen, no one's going to be jumping. Can't get the shot. They will now.
Why
then
is
he
it every
does.
time?
Taps in.
Please.
I thought, okay, he's walked out far enough. No one's going to do it. And he nails the shot. Good reaction to it. He wasn't even pre-aiming it. Now he's got Legia. So, hype back, Henry.
Hype is back on. Hype train pulling out of the station. Oh no, got B.
Out of steam, though. Whoa, tried to spray transfer it as well. He's lucky he shot Crystal when he did. Innocent. Took him back. Got the defense thinned out. Bomb back at the T-stairs. Where does it go? Where does it go now? Because next with that kill, you'd think it goes back over toward A, but they still seem to want to go toward the B site. Next on his own. Keeve's not going to rotate. Next on his own might do it. He's up to his 3rd kill. Innocent is inside of the B site. Rotation's coming around. He knows he's there. Good shot from Innocent. And a smoke in, fast plant, flash over. Doesn't know exactly how close Kiev is. He's on the AWP. Get the plant in now, Innocent, because otherwise that smoke gone. Kiev's got an angle on you, and he's going to actually try and capitalize by getting close on a pistol. Innocent, though, is going to wrap around in behind him, so I think Innocent's actually in a better position now.
They're dancing around each other.
Element of surprise is gone. As soon as the smoke's gone, Innocent's got the shot, the angle. Yeah, okay. Dinked him, though. Wow, I'm impressed.
Oh, Keeper's going for another round. Not exactly fired up, Penta. Lots of money available for Big. Not so much the T side, but that's the headline. They're on the T side, so they can probably get AKs across the board. Maybe one player down to a Tech 9, I'm not sure. We'll see how this buy looks. But got B, still cheering his team on. And I think that was really dumb, I have to say, from Tabson. Like, you get the opening pick, it's sick, and you go for that running jump. Like, how many times that's not worked at all recently? It seems like everyone's so good at hitting that shot now. Before, it was just like Dupree's hitting every time. It seems like everyone's kind of practiced it and shutting it down. But still, I guess he's like having a bit of fun with it. He knows he's won, but just end it. Don't give anything away.
Kiev trying to get the shots out, but has to back off at this point. He doesn't have a plan. There's no one else with him. Gobby was there, but already had elected to back off to make sure they didn't get by and get to Long. So they hold bathrooms together, and Kiev holds the angle onto Sunny. Gobby's turn at Long as HS gets closer. Flash in. Surely you flash around that corner. Able to spot out the flash coming toward them, but now you'd expect HS, if he's going to go on this, he's got to go, oh, you got to go with utility. Please, please flash him in, Crystal. No? Fair enough. Don't bother. Kiev's got the first shot, though, back into Innocent. Gobby gets one. It's just HS that gets a trade back, but they're so split up. Bomb down toward T-Stairs. This is done.
Okay. 3 versus 1 map. I think we know which direction this is heading in. Bomb down. 1 round to do it. It looks like Big will be the Europe minor champions here, unless HS can deliver some sort of miraculous performance here. A lot of noise. Final kill, Tabson. Okay, I think he's trying to knife him something. There it is. The thing is, it doesn't feel as hype as it would have been. Like, normally they'd be jumping out, this thing's going to have to be wild, but you have to say it felt a little bit too easy for them generally in that grand final.
It did. I mean, they also came through the lower bracket today, so for them it's just been a good day of Counter-Strike. It's been solid all the way through, and they end up going from a team that, having played poorly yesterday, we thought there's a chance Big doesn't make the offline qualifier, to being by far and away the best team today, winning it from the lower bracket, and on top of that, they look like they're absolutely the best prepared to go into the qualifier. So I'm impressed. I'm getting what I kind of expected from Big coming into this tournament. They were the impressive team. Penta looking good as well. Disappointment, obviously, was Envy and MVP Tabson and Breakout HS. There we go. Covered all the bases. Henry?
Done it all. Can't ask you anything more. Interview over.
That's true. Would you like to ask me anything? I like that we almost wore the same shirt today, but we didn't really.
Almost, yeah.
What is... That's coffee. Ignore that.
Glad you said coffee. Well, Matthew, it's been an absolute pleasure. Another grand final done and dusted, as you would say.
That is, yep, what I would say.
And that's all from us. Congratulations to Big, looking great. Commiserations to Penta. Didn't really show up there, but still proving themselves, I think, at this minor to be a pretty decent team overall. Paul, please finish it off for us. It's goodbye from us.
Thanks very much to both of you as well for the excellent commentary over the last 4 days. Has been a real joy, of course, to work with you once again. There's Sanakist and Henry G with the grand final, which is done and dusted, as they said. It is Big that have taken the trophy, and incredibly, when you said at the start of the day they were a worry as to whether they were even going to get that last 3rd place spot in the offline finals. Seems incredible now, doesn't it? They're grand final champions of the EU minor. We've got Harry and Thorin back at the desk once more. Duncan, we'll start with you. Impressive run through, especially when you think they've had to play 3 best-of-3s.
Exactly.
And they've just demolished them all in one.
I mean, coming into this final, like I said, we had the 2 best players of the tournament. We had Sunny from Penta, we had Tabson coming over here from Big, and so, since it's Father's Day, I thought that what we'd do is we'd do a paternity test in this final, and I've just got the results here. Yeah, Tabson is the daddy, turns out. So, that's basically what we learned of this final. I mean, I have to say, I do think that the tactical style, you saw it, because they started on CT side, both maps, Penta really struggled against this T side of Big, and I think that really neutralized Sunny, actually. He just could not... I mean, when you have a team as structured as that, and with good comms, it's tough to be a star player, because you kill one person in one area, they know to stay away from you, they know how to avoid you, they know how to work against you, and so he really struggled. Meanwhile, within that system, as we said, the system's working well, and then Tabs is working well within it, and that is just amplifying him to look like a potential superstar beyond just, you know, the tier 2 level. So when you have it all rolling like that, you can just 6-0, 3 best of 3s, you know, like, this is nuts stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic achievement, Harry, isn't it? I mean, some teams have to go from the lower bracket to the grand final by playing a lower bracket final and then the grand final. We always say, "Oh, it's tough, isn't it, doing it in the same day because the other team only have to play 1." These guys have had to play 3 best of 3s today.
Yeah, and the thing that was really impressive is that they started so strong, they just picked up all the momentum, and they never slowed down. Usually we kind of see teams, they'll start off really explosive, and then all that momentum starts to die out as they're chugging along, and then they just run out of fumes, and then they kind of altogether are just, you know, fatigued and out of it in that last game. But if anything, right, Big looked even better then than they have done throughout the year. Yeah. So they've just been getting better and better. It just seems to defy all logic.
Yeah, I do feel a little bit though like this is where. Here's the thing: playing 3 best of 3s in a day, that's a chore, etc. But this is one of the rare times where maybe it even helped you because they came in at this top level, whereas the guys from Penta have been sat around all day waiting for who was going to come in the final, not even knowing, and then they've come in cold. It's probably the worst match they played in the tournament, admittedly against the best opponent. Yeah. And so we didn't see what that blockbuster final we hoped for.
Yeah, no, quite. I think some of the credit as well. I think we've mentioned, obviously, the MVP. I think we know the MVP, not only this match is and who the tournament is, but some credit to God B here, because he also said at the end of that second game,
he would be an MVP candidate as well, right?
Yeah, and not just for his play, but for his in-game leading stuff. But he said at the end of game 2, he wasn't particularly happy with how I thought they played quite well. Yeah, they were narrow wins, but they played well. He said, no, we were sloppy. There's some things to fix in it. And they obviously then went back and said, no, that's not good enough for us. We don't want to play like that. We don't want to just get through the game.
Sure.
We want to dominate the game. And that's what they've done in the grand final.
And I have to say as well, if you are some of the other teams out there in the scene watching these games being played now, thinking, oh, it's only tier 2 CS, you know, when we play them, we'll destroy them. The amount of wins that they've had now, they had wins on Cobblestone, on Train, on Overpass, literally, except for Nuke, which they don't play. They are now playing every single map, and they are beating all the teams at this level on all those maps. So, like we said, Cobble was supposed to be, well, Train rather, was supposed to be the map for Penta.
Yeah, look
Cobble
big
was meant to be Envious's map, so if I'm those other teams, you have to realize this is a well-rounded side.
Yeah, I mean, they're not quite there with the whole 7-map system yet as Astralis style, but they're not far off, are they? I mean, a little bit of practice on Nuke, who knows? Maybe they have been practicing, and maybe they've got it in the background as well. Maybe that's something they can bust out at the offline finals.
I don't know about that. I think 6 is kind of pushing it a little bit, but listen, 6 is good. And that's why I said, actually, when we were talking the other day and someone said, like, you know, which one of these teams could do damage, that's one of the main factors that I give them a chance to get out the qualifier, is the fact that when you have the really deep map pool and you can play on the opponent thinks is his strength, that's where you're going to get a good chance in Swiss system, because obviously it's a format where you're banning down to that last map. So I feel like that is something that has only improved for them across this event, and they're going to really be trying to apply that to get to the major. Yeah.
Okay. Let's bring in the winning in-game leader from Big. It is, of course, God B.
God B again. Does anyone else on that team speak English? Come on, what's going on here?
Yeah, they do. But
always you.
I miss you guys.
It's okay, mate. We like you. We like having you back on the show. First, congrats on a great win. You are the EU Minor Champions, which must feel really good. You said to me at the end of the second game, I thought you played really well the second game. You were like, that. We were sloppy. There was things I wanted to change. They weren't listening properly. I've got to change that for the grand final. And you did. That was a much better performance, wasn't it?
Yeah. Now you could see if we are on point and everyone is listening to my comms, and I call my A game call, right, or how you want to call it. It looks pretty easy for us then, because they're getting so much outplayed. We are playing with their minds, and it's important against Penta that they cannot play in their comfort zone, their comfort positions, and we knew which positions they like. And yeah, if I call like this, I don't think a lot of teams can beat us, to be honest.
No, I think you're right. Did it help that you started on the T side? Thorin mentioned that it was, maybe it really hurt them because it couldn't allow Sunny to get going, and it really put them under pressure. Like you said, it made a mess of their minds, really.
Yeah, even the admin were laughing, like, yeah, you guys pick Train like Penta, and then they're like, oh, okay, you will start CT. I'm like, no, we start T. And after the match, I told them, yeah, you see why we want to start T, because if I have sometimes like a tunnel vision as an in-game leader. I know a lot of in-game leaders have that, and if I have that, I think it's really hard to beat us as CT.
Yeah, no, but you've proved that, and it is a title. Does it feel good to get one over on Penta as well? Because there is a little bit of a rivalry growing between you two, isn't there?
To be honest, I thought it will be better, but it still feels great. But the win against Envy was just like, that was a release moment, I would say.
Yeah.
And at the moment, that's just bonus. We know we will need to go back. We know we need to work on other stuff. But as Thorin mentioned, we are able to pick every 6 map of except Nuke. And yeah, we want to fix few mistakes and hopefully go to the major.
Yeah, you've been playing Nuke presumably in the background. You're actually a 7-map team now, aren't you?
If you would have put time in it, we could play it. But the good thing is you don't need to play it because it's the offline qualifier. You can. It's a BO1 against every team, so
yeah.
the system is pretty easy. So we can even choose by this kind of 6 maps which map we want to play, and it is unpredictable. We can pick train, we can pick overpass, we can pick cache. It's that was our goal from start of the team, that we want to pick every time the worst map of the enemy,
right?
At least what we think, and yeah.
Knowing that you're comfortable in all of them, I think it's going to hold you in good stead, isn't it? The offline qualifiers, it's going to make you a dangerous team to play.
Yeah, I think so. I hope. I hope we show up like today, not like yesterday.
No, quite. Yeah, we forget about yesterday. It doesn't matter about yesterday. Thorin, you got any questions for Gobby?
Yeah, so obviously since Penta had so many wins in the past and they'd done so well against you, up to the final in this tournament, it looked like actually Sonny could be the MVP of the tournament. You know, it was him and Tabson were really the 2 players that I felt were dueling for that title. Did you do anything specific against him? Do you have an idea? Like, how does someone shut Sonny down? Because he had a very good kind of underwhelming, low-impact series against you now.
Yeah. Also in the past, I feel like it's like if Sonny is not in the real hot mood, you can shut him down. But he's obviously like, you need to force him to play not comfort zone CS. He likes to lurk. He likes to outsmart the enemy, and that's not gonna work against us that easy, at least. And yeah, if it works, he needs to have his hot day, I would say, like a really, really good performance. Yeah, and if he's not like showing up, they need to have a plan B. Our plan B, if Tabson is not showing up, is like, at least we're playing tactically wise, probably one of the best CS at the moment. And yeah, I think like that's our plan B. But in this tournament, we didn't need that plan B, I think. But yeah, at least we played really well together.
Yeah, and the thing I was kind of wondering is, when we look at it, it seems like, I don't know how you do it, but you go onto a map, and for example, so Penta have beat you on Cobble before, and then the next time you guys play on Cobble, you beat them, and then it's like the next time, then they play you on Train, and then you just annihilated them on Train. How is it like on a week-to-week basis? What sort of practice regime do you guys look at to just keep expanding this map pool and fixing those mistakes?
Yeah, like I said, we live in a big house, and it's for us it's easier to fix a lot of mistakes. We always talk about CS, even in the night, even if we watch a movie together. It's like all the time Counter-Strike is the topic, and that's how you fix mistakes. And also, like, probably we are a bit smarter than other teams. At least I think we are, because the teams are like, okay, what is the meta at the moment? Oh, okay, that's the meta. Let's play this. And they don't want to spend time about thinking about the game. They just want to play. They want to give headshots, and we are like different. We think, what is the meta at the moment? We need to play good CS. We need to hit very good. We need to be smart in X-on-X situation. We need to have good communication. We like thinking about all these stuffs, and I think the other teams are not doing it, and that's why we are so good in adapting. Like you could see like if you watch every Overpass T side, we played different styles, different contexts, and we always found like the weak point, and that's also because we are, I think, smarter than other teams.
Okay, one final question from me. You go to the offline finals now, the offline qualifier. It's 8 spots up there for grabs into the major. Presumably you're thinking, yeah, we can grab one of those. And if that's the case, how far can this team go in this particular run to the major? Can it make it to the quarterfinals? Can it go further?
No, step by step, as I said. But we will dream big, like, as I said before. But it's not that easy, because we have like this two-phase. We can show up and sometimes not, and that's the problem. That's why we are not at the moment, in my point of view, we are not tier 1 or so. Right. But we are like at Penta, we are also not thinking like we need to be tier 1. We just try to get every time better, every time smarter, every time hitting our shots better. And these all kind of things together, I think we will have a good way. But the offline qualifier is really hard. You need to have a good day. It's a BO1 against a lot of really good teams, and we don't have so much experience against these kind of teams. So it will be interesting. And also, I think we have a lot of upset potential against other teams.
Yep.
I hope they will underestimate us, even though we won this. They will, but yeah, we will see.
Okay, well, I'm going to say well done. Congratulations on winning the EU minor.
Thank you very much.
And very good luck in the qualifiers. I'm sure you're going to put a few surprises. I know the study probably starts tomorrow and all the teams in the offline finals as well. So
yeah,
good
tomorrow,
luck with that as well.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us. Godby, winner and in-game leader of the team that have taken the EU minor by storm. They are the champions of the EU minor, and that is, of course, big. Final thoughts, of course, from our two members on the panel. Duncan, it's been an interesting tournament, isn't it? We've seen a few teams in flux who have been kind of bobbing up and down in terms of form and trying to come together. We've seen teams who have put together international rosters, now changed to English, changing their in-game leaders, looking ropey at the start, looking better at the end. There's been a mix of everything here. Hasn't been the highest quality Counter-Strike at all times, but I think the right two teams have come to the grand final and we've got a good winner.
Yeah, and especially I think it's hard to deny that Big was the best team here. When you look overall at what they've been able to do, even the circumstances of their loss, that really looked like the anomaly there. When you consider they played a lot of Counter-Strike at this tournament, many maps, and I think actually this format of the playoffs meant again that it wasn't just like you could just have a fluke or an upset and get past someone. You're going to have to meet them again if they're better than you, and Big showed they were the best team. So I actually think when you look at the three teams we ended up with overall, each of them showed a different route through the tournament. So Penta just mainly charged the way all the way through, but then in the final, lackluster, didn't turn up. Big had to kind of be the best, but then come from the lower bracket. And Dignitas, they were kind of between the two, They were improving as time went on, but at the end, they couldn't take that one extra step up the top level. So I think three very different ways to qualify, three very different teams, but it means that we've also ended up with a lot of potential underdog names. Only Big really was the one that was predicted coming in with certain of a spot when you saw those three. So a lot of unexpected results.
Harry, highlights from the tournament?
Well, I was going to say right there, that interview with Godby, I thought was fantastic. I love how honest he is about everything, and I think the mentality
he's always been like that, though.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I said, I mean, I'd love to see him on a desk, like sometimes just to kind of...
Not just yet, because he doesn't want to.
Because
he'd have to lose. You see, so we don't want him to lose just yet.
Yeah, I mean, like I think their mentality is perfect. No kind of. It's good to be ambitious because otherwise you wouldn't get anywhere. But they're very kind of realistic in amongst that, and they understand you have to practice. Too many teams, I think, either feel like they're just the best in the world, and well, we're just going to do it, and that's fine. But and others are too kind of pessimistic, and they're a bit like, we're good, but we just run rife with problems and then do nothing about fixing it.
Gives us the standard Football Manager answer: one game at a time.
The only thing is, though, when he said that story about even watching movies, I can't do the German accent. I'm not gonna say even when they're even when they're chilling out, when they're not playing, they're still talking about like if I had the money to produce this feature, I'd just do a feature where it's like classic movie moments. It's like Forrest Gump, like life's like a box, and they're just like on B on Overpass. And I'm trying to watch the. And then, some other movie scene,
Gross Point Blank is on in the background.
Yeah, whatever it might be, some epic like love scene. It's help me, Jack, let's fly. And it's just like, to shut Sonny down probably should get him out of the comfort zone. Like, I bet some of the big managers, like, does he ever shut up? I'm trying to watch the movie. I hate it when people talk during films.
Yeah, sure. No,
I'm not going over
supposed
the big
to be
house.
doing, are you? It's absolutely not what you're supposed to do.
Also, by the way, Gob, I don't know if you're aware of this, but in American culture, when you say big house, that actually means prison. So when you say we're in the big house, so no wonder he's got them cracking rocks every day.
Yeah, no, they're just playing Counter-Strike. Slave to the rhythm.
Exactly.
That's perfect. Good stuff, both of you. Let's take you through the 16 teams that are now confirmed into the offline qualifier. These are the 16 teams. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see invited, and you'll see that there's a little bit of an anomaly there because there are 7 teams. We'll explain why in a moment. Godsent, Liquid, G2, obviously big favourites to go through of that one. There was also Mouse Sports in there, Optic Gaming. Who knows where they are right now? Flipside, same sort of thing. Hellraiser's probably a good bet for a place in the major itself. Remember, 8 spots up for grabs. And on the left-hand side, the minor qualifiers from Asia, we've got Tyloo, and the champions this time around for the first time in 4 are Renegades. America's minor looking very strong were Immortals and Cloud9 alongside them. Vega Squadron, very good from the CIS minors, along with Tengri as well. Very surprising, potentially, at the final offline qualifiers. And then the 3 from the Europe minor, which was Penta, Big, and Dignitas. And the reason, of course, we've got the 7 on the right-hand side, ironically, is because of the G2 Envy mishmash of players, where one of the spots became free and 3 transferred across. So G2 kept their spot in a weird way. They kind of took Envy's spot, and then Envy's spot became a blank, which coincidentally gave Big the opportunity to get in, because they wouldn't have got it in otherwise. That's the ironic thing about this. They would have won this EU minor.
No, big.
No, they would have done because they would have gone
It's
through.
Dignitas that wouldn't
It's
have.
Dignitas that wouldn't have.
So it should be Dignitas thanking Envious.
Indeed.
Well, thanking G2 actually.
Yeah.
Thanking us a lot for destroying Envious, taking all the best players and leaving them with whatever they've got. So
Yeah, Mike O'Dowd, he owes us a few quid.
there's a
off
few
that one.
degrees of separation on that one,
Yeah.
but we got there. in the
No, I
end.
think we got there. We're all good. Out of those 16, you look at them and you think, give me 2 names you're absolutely nailed on to qualify for the major.
You put him to the test now.
2 names. I didn't say 8, Harry. I
Can you
said
name
2.
2 teams in the qualifier? Come on, give us who do you think your favourites
Wait,
are?
as in like from the
From those 16.
From the
from the
offline
whole thing.
qualifier,
From
yeah.
16, two names.
I really want Big 2, and as like a personal, you'd
Okay.
like one. I think that they would stand good, and I haven't actually really put much thought to it. I'm going to be honest with you.
Like, I think the obvious name is G2. Like,
Yeah.
it seems almost impossible they won't qualify. But I think beyond that, everyone has reasons for and against. You know, there's a lot of tough ones in there. Like, Mouse Sports have looked good recently.
Well,
They haven't
yeah,
played at many lands. You know.
That was kind of my issue, right? I think that they're actually a really good team, but then at the same time, yeah, I have to agree with you about G2. I think that they're looking fantastic. And Mouse, I really like the look of, especially since they bought Robson. So, no, okay, I'm going to go G2, and then, like, out of wanting, Big. But,
Okay, G2
yeah.
and Big for you, Torrin.
Okay. I mean, I think G2 are a lock
Yeah.
of the few that
Yeah.
are there. And then beyond that, I actually think, I mean, a DreamHack Summer that's going on right now, this has kind of changed up. Believe it or not, despite losing FNX, which seemed like the death knell for Immortals, I know they've never made it to a major, even when they came in great form before, but I actually feel like this could be the time they do it.
This
I
is
feel
the
like
one.
The KNG who's coming in seems to be getting better and better. And this one also, crucially, because we had such a good 8 teams at the last major, and then they all improved and put in the extra star players, I feel like it lifted out some of the stars from the second tier,
Right.
and it means that this qualifier is way more wide open. So I feel like this is also the one where Immortals can make it in that sense. They're not having to play against, you know, some of the really tough teams like a North that might have been in there before that won't be there. They're already waiting in the final itself.
Okay, it's very interesting. There's quite a lot of teams in there that we could, I'm sure, make a good argument, a good case for going through. Maybe all of them, who knows. It has been a fantastic ride throughout the minors. Thank you very much for all of you tuning in throughout all of the minors, CIS, NA, or Americas as it's known, of course, Asia and EU as well. Thank you very much for the support and for all the teams and the players involved. Thanks also to the PGL guys, of course, in the background, and all of our fellow commentators here at the EU Minor, to Thorin, to Harry, to Henry, and to Sadakist. Thanks very much for all of your hard work as well. That is it from PGL here in Bucharest. That's all done for the minors as well. Next stop, the offline qualifiers. We'll see you then.